Thank you for joining me today. I would like to introduce to you the masterclass in clinical research. At the School of Clinical Research, which is founded by Afridi Tech, we have partnered with content developers across the world that are providing content from their own experience. These are the people that came together and realized the need to build the skills into the clinical research industry. The masterclass include all operational activities from protocol development. We're going to introduce you from understanding how the protocol is developed, moving into how the project is planned, putting together the processes of project management when it comes to clinical research. Even more in the project management, we're going to introduce you to the project management as a body of knowledge where we're going to teach you the tools of how to manage a clinical research project. Moving further into that, there's a need to build new research sites. In another module, we're going to teach you how to start up a research site. This comes from experiences of diverse people that have worked in the industry and they founded research sites. They're going to show you what do you need to actually start a research site. What are the stuff that you require? How do you approach the positioning of your research site? If you like to start a research site in a government institution, as an example, what is the approach? If you're already working in a government institution, what is the approach? So let's say you're also working in a private practice and you're already set up as a doctor in a private practice. How do you venture into clinical research? That is one of the modules in the masterclass. Following learning about that, we're going to introduce you to the regulatory aspect of conduct of clinical research. And in this space, we're not going to talk about the regulator and tell you who SAPRA, what SAPRA does. We're going to take you through the process of applying for a new clinical trial. So we're going to sit with you and show you how to complete the clinical trial application form as an example. Additionally, we're going to go through each and every document that is required for the clinical trial application. As an example, the informed consent. The informed consent is needed to be customized to the level that will be understandable by a participant in South Africa. And that is safeguarded by different ethics committee. We want to show you how do you take a master informed consent, which is from a study level, and customize it to the local requirements. When we're done with taking you through the regulatory and ethics processes, we're going to show you now that you have obtained regulatory and ethics approval, what is the next step? We're going to show you how you then initiate your trial. What are the resources that are required to initiate your trial? What are the training that are required for you to initiate your trial? And once your trial is initiated, what then is the next step? Then the next step is the conduct of the clinical trial. And if you recall earlier on, I talked about project management. So all these aspects will come together in this course. We're not going to focus just on one thing. You're going to move over now. You're looking at how you now run your trial at a trial site. Then we're going to introduce the people working at the site on the intricacies of the day-to-day operation of a clinical trial. If you are to find a patient, how do you actually start? Where do you actually start? How do you recruit? How do you conduct the informed consent? How do you manage your protocol? As an example, if it's a diabetes study, how do you find those patients that will qualify according to the inclusion and exclusion criteria of that particular protocol? We take you through those steps. While doing that, we don't forget that there is also the project management aspect. There is also the site management aspect. Then we introduce you to bringing this whole system together when we talk about what do the site managers do. And in this regard, site managers, we mean monitors, we mean CRAs. During the time when the trial is running at your site, what do the CRA do? So we take you through the day-to-day operation of a CRA to ensure that they work together with you as an investigator to deliver quality data. How do you write a monitoring visit report? That's the kind of level of education that we're going to provide here. How do you communicate with the investigator at the end of your monitoring visit? How do you write your issues if you identify issues during your monitoring visit, as an example? So it is not a system that works in silos. We are bringing in a convergence of practices of experience from different content developers that have nurtured their skills over the years in clinical research to create a clinical research masterclass. After this class, what do we hope to achieve? Firstly, for new entrants who may be graduates that are looking to become CRAs as an example, they will be equipped with the necessary skills that will make them easily run into the new field if they are recruited into the market of clinical research. If you are a doctor, this training helps you transition from being a doctor to becoming an investigator in the clinical research field, and it helps you understand the whole system. So the masterclass, though it's possible for an individual to do one section, we actually have compiled it as a masterclass so that everybody that works in clinical trials needs to understand from A to Z. When I started, I didn't have the opportunity to know from A to Z. Sometimes I would find myself at site, but I never understood how the site works. I only read the SOPs from the companies that have presented me with the standard operating procedures. But this course, it gives you that skills. It sets you apart. It navigates you to the highest level of operation. So join us. We are going to be starting the masterclass in 2024, and we're going to be running it in different timelines, and we are going to have it online. You don't need to physically come to an office for you to attend this. So if you are working, as an example, you need to then build time in order for you to do the masterclass. It is a 4-month intense training which involves a lot of practical and contact sessions with the content developers to prepare you. I would like to call this course an MBA of clinical trials. There is no course like this. So do not miss this opportunity to equip yourself and be able to run your trial either as a CRA, if you end up working in a lab, if you end up working in a logistic company, if you end up working at data management, if you end up working as a study coordinator or even an investigator. Even much more, if you end up working at the regulator or even with ethics, you need to understand how the system comes together to form a whole and to deliver quality data. So thank you for taking this time and following through. To be able to register, follow us on LinkedIn and also follow us on our website, where we'll be sharing more information on when the first course will be started. Thank you very much.